Alright guys, this is what I got going on today. Purchased a 12W7 from eBay. Ended up getting damaged during shipping. What ended up happening was the customer, well not I'm the customer, we'll say, the seller never mounted the 12 down onto the, whatever you want to call it. Let's see what they call that. They call that the wooden baffle. So they never screwed that down. So during shipping, tossing around and everything, it pretty much destroyed itself. The seller was pretty kind to refund my money on that and allowed me to keep this speaker. So I went online, did some shopping. Here are my measurements. So we got the complete coil, which is 140 millimeter from top to bottom. The center line of the coil portion of it, the windings, is 35 millimeter. You know, I seen a video how to measure this portion right here. They said add a half inch or whatever this measurement. That's actually half inch. So when you do this, you cut the full length of the coil in half, then you cut the half inch into the quarter inch that we have. We ended up with making a mark on our coil at 42 millimeter, which is right at the bottom of this tape right here. Okay, so that means this coil, when it goes in and you look through those little vent holes, you should see the coil sit right about there. See the blue tape in there? I'm hoping this is correct, but we will find out. So I think the toughest part I had is what type of epoxy that I should use. I've seen a lot of guys use Loctite. They're saying they got them from Lowe's. Well, I went to 2 different Lowe's, could not find the Loctite, so I ended up buying this. Okay, it's supposed to, Loctite was 3200 psi strength. This is 44. Same exact thing, 5 minute, 1 hour, and it dries clear. Ended up going in circles, didn't know what to buy. Ended up getting this and this. I believe, I forgot what this was, but I believe the tensile strength on this was 3400. And it does do a soft cure too, so I'm assuming it's going to be better, but we will find out. Also used a little bit of this one right here to hold everything in place real quick. And we ended up with, sorry about the mess here, this guy right here. This is actually the new coil. Right there. Left it pretty clean, not messy, looks pretty good. The only thing on this collar here, I noticed when I removed it off the old coil, I had to clean out the old epoxy out of it. And it leaves a well there when you reinstall it. So what I did, I ended up filling the well with the epoxy, coating to the top of the rim, and you notice it kind of gooped out just a little bit around the edges there. Not too much, except this one spot right here probably was going a little bit too much there, but overall it gave it a nice little bead line all the way across after filling up the well here. Okay, I already did my ohm test. I'm at 3 ohms on the wires. Soldered them together. Other problem I had was this spider right here. Couldn't get the right one. This is this measures 9 1/4 by 3 inch center. This one here is supposed to be made for a 12W6. as you notice, I cut out the center because the 12W6 I think is 2 3/4 center. And again, it comes in 9 1/4 on the outer diameter. Ended up trimming the edges a little bit all the way around. Just shrunk the. I got about an 1/8 inch lip now versus a 1/4 inch lip. Exact same thing on this one here. Have to trim around the edges. So when it drops in, I will just use this as a demo. I have a little tiny movement if we need to do any adjustments there. Alright, well this ain't the next video hopefully. What ended up happening was I made some shims. Watched this couple of videos, and this one guy has some shims that he stuck up in here. These measure, what do they measure? Let's see. I had everything written down. Zero that out. Try to zero it out again. Of course. Alright. So this one here, what is it? 0.52 millimeters. Okay. Then I have these little white strips. These guys here. These measure 0.38 millimeter. If we kind of measure the coil, hopefully I'll get a good measurement on that. We're getting, yuck, look like a 1.69 millimeter. So, all right. End up using a filler gauge to check the gap there. I forgot what it was. I know I wrote it down somewhere. Sorry about that. Next time around. One thing in all the videos, no one showed how to get this old spider out of here. Well, again, this was my first time, right? So I ended up using a screwdriver. Chipped away with a hammer all the way around. Please wear safety glasses. And after that, I ended up getting some sandpaper, emery cloth, sanded it down a little bit. It turned out pretty good. I didn't jam it up too much. Again, shims. We'll slide them in. Slide through there. Make sure it goes all the way down. Just like that. Screw them up. Throw another one in there. And I just cut these off. What these little strips are, they're actually the, you know, the privacy screen for the laptops. That one has a little bend there. Do not like that. Look at that. Turn it around the other way. See what it does. I just cut them 1/2 inch thick. Give or take a little bit. And what I do is I just move it back and forth, and they slide pretty good, straight down to center. I think that if you cut them about 3/8 to 1/4, they actually slide down much easier. So then we'll get this. Pull it back a little bit. And that's that. So for now, I'm just going to use the old coil. See if we could get this back in there. Just drop it right in. So now we're thinking, well, and it pops right back out. Drop it back in. Pops back out. If we go with the new one, hopefully that'll mess it up. Let's see what we got. Slowly just rotate, much smoother than the old one. Once I got it bottomed out, spider goes around. One thing, just make sure you guys get this in the right location. Where's the little screw guy at? And he is over here. So we're off. quite a bit, but it's alright for now. So the small guys. Seen a guy in one of the videos, he stuck this through the vent holes here, then pushed it down on the inside, all the way down, to gap the inside. So what we could do is, once we get the spider set in place, we'll lift it up just a hair. Right, we'll lift it up just like an inch or so, or I won't use the accelerator on the glue. Sorry guys. Everything's in, the cone's in all the way around. So pretty much this is how I'm gonna shim it when I glue it all back together. Next video will show you the glue. I'm actually gonna do the gluing without holding the camera. I'm not that lucky to have somebody hold it for me, or I don't have a tripod. Do apologize for that. Oh, see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so what I just did, I just glued down the spider just now. Take a look at the, I mean, I'm not perfect, but I believe I did a pretty decent job. So what I did, I filled the rim up here with this guy right here, a good thick layer right to the edge, like so it's like beating around the edge. So I stuck the cone, we got our spacers here. Stuck the cone in, but didn't drop it down all the way yet. I put this here. What this is, I just got the spacers out, the shims I was using that I made out of this little piece of paper. Stuck that in, pushed everything down, rotated it about, I want to say about 45 degrees, then rotated it back, and then found the center for the motor leads. I mean, I believe I did a pretty good job. It looks like it's just slightly off center, but it looks pretty. It doesn't look like it's waving any direction or at all, so you shouldn't be pulling. And this is the original. This is all original. I'm gonna let this sit 24 hours, and hopefully, we get some good news. And I mean, let's see. So I'll get a screwdriver in here. I mean, I just had that sitting for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Sounds pretty hard. I hopefully has a good, solid bond. I'm hoping so. And hopefully, I mean, let's see, how much, am I coming up and down? It's a pretty tight fit right now. So guys, sorry to keep you guys up. We'll check on this tomorrow, finish it up. We'll get the cone put on. I mean, it should be pretty simple. Put on, turn it. There you go. Only thing I think we got to do is make sure we got it leveled. That is the only thing that I'm worried about. So if I pull this up a little bit, all right, I'm just going to take this board. Oops. Just push down. Rotate the board around. I mean, that's pretty level right there. All right. See you guys tomorrow.